Okay, ladies
Nice.
and gentlemen, yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Speak Your Truth with Mark Ross podcast. I'm your host, Mark Ross, and with me this evening is Daniel Gillard.
Yeah. Yep. That's me.
um, Daniel, uh you have a page on Facebook, right? It's called
Mm.
Silverback Survivors.
Yep. Yep.
So, and I also know that you have a very interesting story behind yourself, brother. And
Yeah.
what you went through led to the creation of your page and your movement,
Mm.
Silverback Survivors, correct?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. So first off, man, thank you for taking the time out to chop it up with me and talk about how life was for you, brother, growing up, because your story is bananas. So,
Yeah. It was crazy. It was hard. I was adopted from Tegucigalpa, Honduras, when I
mhm.
was like six. I was 6 months old. Um, I caught cholera, and then I almost died from drinking water in the tub. And
Hmm.
yeah, it was hard. And then I remember my coming back to America, and my aunt held me, and she's a psychologist, and
Okay.
she's like, "Oh, he's like a very tense baby." I remember my mom telling me the story that I was just a very tense baby, and that like I was gonna be some trouble, and I come to find out it's kind of true, and so been through a lot.
Hmm. Hmm. So you were given up by your birth parents.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. And where did you go to from that time, from Honduras to where?
Norwell. I lived in Norwell, Massachusetts for a
Okay.
while.
Okay. So man, did and you did you have any relatives from your biological family that told you, hey, this is what happened to you, and you
No,
know,
no, nothing. I don't know anything, because there was, I guess, Hurricane Mitch. That hurricane that happened in Honduras, it destroyed all the paperworks and files and fires and
my God,
mudslides and stuff. So there's really no like paperwork really to find, you
man.
know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I know that growing up for you, as you told me, was very rough. And
Mm.
you mentioned to me that you had to get on therapy at 3 years old, I think it
Yeah.
was.
Yeah, I was 3 years old because after my aunt had said that I was like, tense, and my mom had to leave me to go pick up my sister in Honduras when I was three, and I stayed with that aunt. And I guess I was a terror, and so she suggested I be in therapy. So my mom took me to therapy, and then I got on meds. So I was on meds since I was three, and then therapy since I was three.
Mm.
So
So was it three on to now,
yeah,
or
I'm still on meds. Yeah, still on meds. Yeah. So,
so did so what were you diagnosed with, just out of curiosity?
oh man, everything. I was I was always in a place when I think I was about 10, and I think it was the first time I tried to like kill myself, and I just remember taking the whole bottle of meds, and I had to get my stomach pumped at the hospital with like the
Hmm.
tube and stuff, and I remember I had to go to Arbor Fuller, I believe, in Jamaica Plain, and I was just diagnosed with ADHD, OCD, PDD, ADD, uh, bipolar. I
Hmm.
think it was two. Um, BPD, borderline personality disorder,
Okay.
anxiety, depression, anger management issues was probably one of the big ones.
Yeah.
And so they were throwing everything at me because it's like they didn't know, back in the day, kind of when you act up, they just throw you in the quiet room and like, kind of put
Yeah.
a needle in you and put you to bed. So
Yeah. So looking back at it though, Daniel, do you think that what was done to you is a misdiagnosis?
I feel like they really had no clue what they're like, what they were kind of like, didn't understand the way my brain worked at the time. So, it's hard to know, like, what misdiagnosis it is. I'm still trying to figure everything out. I'm still going to therapy. I'm still
Yeah,
plugging away, trying to get neuropsych testing, and so I'm just still trying to work on my mental health to
sure,
this day,
sure,
so.
sure. And just for the record, those of you that are listening, uh, when he said that it's still an ongoing journey for him, more or less, for most of us, it is ongoing. It's not something that you can wake up one day and say, "Oh, I'm better." When you deal with mental health, this is a lifestyle change, right, Daniel? This
Mm,
this is
yep.
this is a lifestyle. Emphasis on life because it is ongoing. It's
Mm,
something that you have to keep in check.
yeah. Yep.
Yeah. And you talk to people and you do the medication route to help keep yourself in check.
Hmm.
Because if you don't,
Yeah.
the beast comes out.
Yeah.
And we don't want that.
Nah.
So so let me ask you this curious question, bro. Have
Mm,
you ever stopped taking your medication and that beast came back out?
mm. I I think there was a time when I was like 21 or 22, and I did stop taking my meds. I was in a bad situation, living somewhere I didn't really want to live.
Yeah.
Because like I said, from the age of 12 to 14, I was in and out of psychiatric hospitals. I didn't get to go home at all. So it's like psychiatric hospital to psychiatric hospital to a different one to a different one. And
Okay.
then finally at the last one, I was able to, behave. And so I got to go to a Chamberlain school in Middleborough, and I lived there for 4 years from 14 to 18. I got to go home on the weekends from Friday to Sunday, though. And then after the 18, after I graduated, I went to Father Bill's for a little bit in Quincy, the homeless shelter for men. And I lived there for a little bit. And yeah, so yeah.
Mm. Mm. So you mentioned that you went in and out of psychiatric hospitals and
Mm.
facilities. Uh, was this since your foster care or during your foster care?
Um, what do you mean? Like I'm my mom who adopted me now, I still live with. She's still my mom. I wasn't like
Okay,
foster.
okay. So you were going in and out of psych wards, as you call it, during the time that
Mm.
you were with your foster parents,
Yeah,
or
yeah. My mom's a single mom, yeah, but I was never allowed home during those 2 years.
hmm.
So she came to visit me, I think once a week, she'd bring me pizza, hang in the house of pizza,
Yeah.
because she know I love the pizza, and
Yes.
I remember one time I got in big trouble, and they put me in the safety coat, and it's where this big like blanket with boards in it, and they like lay you stiff like a hot dog, and they roll you up in it, and then they
Hmm.
like latch it, so you're just like this sitting there,
Oh my
like
goodness.
laying there, yeah, laying there for hours. And I remember she came, and she fed me pizza. She sat on the ground and was feeding me pizza because I couldn't move my hands and nothing. So that was like a good time, I guess, when it was a bad time.
Wow.
So
So how did your mom feel about all that?
I think that she honestly had no clue really what to do with me. I mean, she's small. She's like 5'5", like maybe 120 pounds, and
Hmm.
at that time she was like 40, and she was teaching, and she had my sister also to deal with. So, having some big, huge guy throwing like air conditioners and TVs around and being a menace, I guess, was kind of not really how. she envisioned it would be. So it was kind of maybe easier for her just to have me go to these places to try to figure out what was wrong with me, I guess.
Mm, man. So I know you mentioned that you were bouncing around from school to school. Uh, how did that make you feel though? You know what I'm saying? It's like what went through your mind as growing up, you were just bouncing around. I mean, what was going on in your mind during that time?
Uh, it was sad, because like a lot of the times I was by myself in solitary. Most of every single hospital I was at, I remember they would take my roommate away, and I'd have just a mattress sometimes, and
Yeah.
sometimes they'd say you have 30 minutes in your room and 30 minutes in the quiet room and stuff like that, and it was pretty sad and lonely at night, and
Yeah.
especially like because at night you don't really sleeping because all the kids are screaming, flipping out, and doing some crazy crazy stuff, so it's just
Yeah.
like you can't really sleep. And going back to when I was like at Arbor, the first hospital I was ever at, the first night, like I learned a lot that first night from like that helped me through the entire rest of the 2 years because some kid pulled a fire alarm and I woke up to some kid punching me right in the face. And
Mm,
yeah,
mm,
so that was hard the first night. My mom had just left and I was like sad. I didn't really know where to go, like what to do. I was with 18-year-old kids, I was
yeah.
12. I had no clue, but I didn't know anything, and you wake up to that, and I kind of threw them, and then obviously we got put on room plans, so it was like 30 minutes in your room, 30 minutes in the community, where so that was a huge wake up call where I was like, man, this is going to be a long time. I kind of want to get better and to get out of here. You know what I mean? But
Hmm.
it did take 2 years till I was able to go to the school. So
Mm, mm. Man.
yeah.
And that kind of leads up back to the suicide attempts.
Mm.
How old were you when you first tried it, man?
Uh, it was either 10 or 12 because I remember like the first hospital I they were trying to keep me out of the hospital. So I was going to Quincy Medical Center in Quincy, and I would go there and hang out, and they had like a billiard room, a pool, and they had TV, and they had PS1, and you could play Rugrats game, and that was my jam. I played the Rugrats game, and I do that. I think maybe like twice a week I go there. Then they also had a bed there, so like if like the police had to come to my house and like take me out when I was like 10 or so, and I had to go there and spend the night. And I remember the next morning, so there was a new kid, and he like I was playing the PS1, and he like took the memory card out, and it erased all my stuff. And I remember flipping out, and then that was like the first time I had to go to like an actual hospital, So, and then that was kind of the start of everything.
Hmm.
So,
Hmm.
I mean, I had gone to a school previous. I went to the Baird Center in Plymouth before, all the hospital stays because I was in middle of sixth grade. I got taken out of sixth grade, and I remember I had to stay home because I wasn't allowed to go to the sixth grade, and they were trying to find me a school to go to. So I'd stay home and play Sega Genesis and watch. Uh, I'd watch Jerry Springer and all that good stuff, back in the day when you stay home sick, all that stuff.
Yeah,
So
yeah. You kind of dating yourself, man, when you talk about the Sega Genesis, bro.
yeah, 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 yeah. So
It's all good, man. It's all good.
yeah,
Uh, and you mentioned to me too during our initial interview that you spent some time in jail. Uh,
yeah.
and
So that is a crazy story in itself. So I at the time I didn't spend like a long time. It was just a night, but it was the crazy part of what happened to get me there. Is what was crazy about it was so I was dating this girl, my kid's surrogate, and she was pregnant at the time, and she was trying to walk home from my house, and I was like, no, no. like, I'll bring you home. It's snowing, like you're pregnant, like I'm not gonna make you walk home, kind of thing,
Yeah.
She starts walking home because she's kind of stubborn, and she I had a truck at the time. It was a rental, and she took the rear view, the window mirror thing, and hit me with it. I had a small cut on my arm, wasn't a big deal.
Right.
She started walking home. I called the car, Hingham Police. I said, somebody's got to come pick her up. Can't let her walk home. And she ain't gonna come with me. So if somebody could just, come please help. And they came. You know, they come downstairs. They talked to me. They saw the cut on my arm, and they were like, "Oh, what happened?" And I said, "Oh, it's don't even mention it. Please don't mention it, just because I know how she is. And next thing you know, the guy radios up and they handcuff her, and she goes, he kidnapped me. So now I get arrested, and then she gets to go, and I'm facing 25 to life for a
Hmm.
felony charge for 2 counts because she's pregnant. So
Whoa.
I mean, it's yeah. So I had to go to prison. I was put in my own room, my own little thing, because I guess they usually have huge rooms, and they put you like in Plymouth, they put you in these huge like areas. But I was put in my own room. I think it's because I had a BiPAP machine, and yeah, she never showed up because she knew she was wrong, And
Mm.
eventually, after that, a couple months later, I ended up getting full custody of my son. So
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, it was just crazy how you can you know be a good person trying to get the help. You get the help, but then it quickly flips so fast, and
Indeed. Indeed.
then
Trust
you get put
me.
away for something you didn't even do. But
Man.
I mean, she didn't want to go sit in jail, so
Wow. So, but the good thing is, Daniel, despite all that, you got custody of your son. You know
yeah, full, yep, full,
what I'm saying?
yeah. So
Yeah, man. So that's a blessing, brother. But
yeah,
how was it challenging raising your son as a single parent?
uh, it was, but I have to say I did have a lot of help. Like in the beginning, I had a lot of friends that would come over and hang out with him because I was a chef. I had recently just graduated the Cordon Bleu in Cambridge,
Okay.
and I was working at a catering company in Hingham, and I really I loved the job. I love the fast pace of it. I love being able to have the keys and being able to go in early, and they trusted me to make all the their stuff and suggestions on menus, and actually cared about my critiques and stuff like that. And but I had to quit so I could like take full custody of my son. But that but in between, I did have a lot of help, and my mom, till this day, she still helps me, and God bless her, because if she wasn't here, I'd be so hard struggling. So,
Mm. Mm.
but and I have a beautiful fiance, and she's been helping me out and stuff, and friends, and like a
Yeah,
village. They always say it takes a village.
yeah, man.
So it
Yeah,
really
yeah,
does. I could never have
yeah.
done it by myself. It was hard as is, just being somebody growing up with mental health issues and still dealing with stuff that I still don't understand, and then trying to raise a kid who, I have to make bottles at 3 in the morning, and then get up again and again, change diapers, learning all this stuff that I thought I'd be doing with somebody else, kind of thing. You know what I mean? So it was a
Mm.
huge, huge learning experience.
Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah. And I know we talked about your son, and I remember you said at one point you had to put him through treatment
yep,
for a week or something.
yeah, for like a week, and it just brought a lot of back to me because it was a lot of the same, like time wise, and he was struggling with kind of the same like anger issues, and just wanting to throw stuff, and you know, I I'm happy that I was here, because like maybe, if I wasn't, it would have been worse, and he would have ended up like me, having, 2 years, and
Yes, sir.
then 4 years and
Yep.
somewhere else, and then another couple months or whatever, and father bills.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
So I'm happy and thankful that,
And man, just man to man talk.
mm,
It's good to hear that you stood 10 toes with your son.
mm,
You know what I'm saying? It's good to hear that there are men that will ride for you for their kids, and
mm,
they will do the work.
mm,
You know, did
yeah,
you understand? They'll do the
yep,
work, even when it hurts,
yeah,
because we have this misconception that you know guys aren't doing what they're supposed to do for their kids, and
mm,
granted, there are out there. There's some that's trifling. You know
mm-hmm,
what I mean?
yep,
But that doesn't it doesn't have anything to do with me.
mm,
I don't give a damn what these other dudes are doing with or without their kids.
mm,
We're doing for ours.
yep,
Don't put me in that category.
mm-mm,
I get it. Johnny's an asshole. He
yeah,
did, hey, but that's him.
mm,
Don't come to
yeah,
me with that negativity because
mm-hmm,
he's over there doing that. There are
yeah.
guys. Go
Oh,
ahead, man.
sorry. Oh no, so I was gonna say it's almost like a generalization
Yeah,
of like men, and it's just especially men of color, it's they always want to say different things, and so
dig that.
I totally understand what you're saying. And
Dig that.
a lot of people, when I say, oh, I'm a single dad, they're like, oh, good for you. And it's like, I mean, yeah, I mean, I
Not really.
shouldn't really be praised for doing like what a father should do, but it's so rare that you see that a dad is doing that, that they, oh, great, oh, they all the love, so
Yeah,
it's a good thing, but it's also like kind of sad,
it is
Yeah.
because, like I said earlier, I mean, it we we get such a bad rap
Mm.
for for what a lot of cats are out here doing, and it's like it's almost like even when the good dudes are out there trying their best, it's still overshadowed by the negative.
Hmm. Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
Hmm.
it's like, even if you're out there busting your ass and doing what you're supposed to do, staying at home, you know what I mean, riding for your girl,
Mm.
riding for your wife or whoever. I mean, and golly, but
Mm.
you know, dude still ain't shit though. It's like
Yeah. Right.
you can't don't put me in that barrel.
Yeah.
I'm not in that barrel.
Hmm.
So there's need to be more discussions about this overgeneralization of dudes that aren't doing what they're supposed to do because they're
Hmm.
out there. They're
Hmm.
out there, and you're one of them.
Yeah.
You did, and
Yep.
like you said, hey, this is something that I shouldn't be applauded for because this is what I'm supposed to do.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is my lane.
Mm.
It ain't my son that he's here.
Yeah.
I made this boy.
Yep.
We made this boy.
Yeah. Right.
And I don't want my son to end up like me. I want him
Nope.
to be better than me. I
Yeah.
know what I went through.
Yep. I think that's all parents like biggest wish for the kid is just to not be like them, A
Be
lot,
better.
not like all of them, but some
Yeah,
parents I feel like, they always want their kids to be better than them,
better.
Yep.
Yeah. And
Hmm.
that's one thing I told my boys, especially. I want y'all to be better than me.
Exactly.
I want to grow up and be just like you. No, you don't.
Mm-mm. Yeah.
No, you don't.
You want to be your own man,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
accomplish great
yeah.
things by
I
yourself,
want you to, yeah. I
under
want you
your
to
own
listen.
names.
Yeah. I want you to listen and learn, from me.
Hmm.
I want you to take what I'm doing and push it further.
Exactly.
You want to make me proud, be better than me. Don't be like me.
Hmm.
Blaze your own trail and be great at it.
Yep.
Yeah. But I'm off of my soapbox.
Hmm.
uh so let me ask you this personal question since we're
Yep.
talking about mental health and everything that you went through. How are you at this minute? How are you doing?
Well, one of the main things I was diagnosed with was PTSD, and it was uh pretty much after all that stuff, I didn't really go up with it. It's not something that I was, chemically put in my brain like everything else kind of. It's something I got from being and seeing things that 12-year-olds really shouldn't be seeing or doing. You know what I mean?
Sir.
So a lot of the times with my PTSD, I still get caught in um it's almost like I freeze up and I just blank stare and I just get stuck in my mind, and
Zone out.
yeah, yeah. And my therapist was telling me, she's like, there is a third action that people do. It's not just fight or flight. There's also freeze.
Breathe.
And that's what a lot of people with PTSD do is they get stuck in their mind, and it's hard. It's sometimes hard to refocus and get out of it, and little things and little sounds and like fall. I just fall is like kind of a hard time for me just because I remember being at Franciscans and there's leaves everywhere and we had to go
Mm,
trick or treating in the hospital and it just was very awkward and I really didn't like it. Like I spent Christmases
yeah.
there and stuff like that. So a lot of my PTSD kind of hits around certain times, like seasonal wise, and loud noises, I yelling and stuff. It's like it's hard for me to do any type of yelling because that's like all I heard for 2 years straight. You wake up, there's yelling. You go to sleep, there's screaming. Kids are screaming. Adults are screaming. They're calling, different staff from different units to come, and it's
Mhm.
just, I don't. It's hard for me to do all that.
I
So,
understand. I understand because I get seasonal depression as well, brother.
mm,
Especially during this time of the year where it gets more dark than
mm,
light. It
yeah,
affects my mood, bro. And there's been moments where I went a little dark.
mm,
You know what I mean?
yeah,
Uh, uh, so, and I'm a veteran, so
mm,
uh, I was given one of these. It's called sad light. It's more like a big ass, a bright light that I have to plug in and turn on. And they tell me that I use that, and I do use it sometimes.
mm.
Uh, it helps brighten the room, like really bright.
Oh wow.
It says that this light is, you use it to change your mood, you know, because
Oh,
it kind of psychs your mind out to thinking that it's bright, but it really.
oh.
So it's like
Like
you're.
it's
Go ahead.
like it's during like it's the daytime kind of, so it's not like so. I
Yeah,
see what you're saying. Like tricks your brain into thinking it's like
yeah,
sunny and
yeah.
yeah. Oh wow. Huh. I never
So
heard of that.
yeah, man, yeah. So I use that sparingly, but I do use it,
Mm,
uh, especially like I said during not necessarily this time, but the winter months. Oh yeah, yeah.
mm,
I definitely have it on during the winter. Yeah.
yeah.
So yeah, I definitely get what you mean when you talk about how your mood is, how the seasons affect your mood, and
Mm,
how certain things trigger you.
yeah. And I'm always like my therapist says I'm hyper vigilant because I'm always looking. I'm always looking. I'm looking at hands. I'm looking at feet. I'm looking at hips. I'm seeing if like when I'm walking down the street, I always have to like just watch like shoulders and
Do.
like
Yeah.
if you're turning around or if like you're behind me, I have to like kind of step back a little bit and like let you go in front. Or when I go to restaurants with my fiance and my kids, and
Mhm.
I have to sit kind of with my back so I can see the whole entire area. It
Okay.
kind of gets in the way of things,
Yeah.
but it's kind of like it makes me almost feel safe that I'm watching and I'm the one like the protector looking and looking and looking hands and feet and shoulders and hips. So
You preach it to the choir, man, because I do the same thing.
yeah,
I do the same
it's
thing, and
hard not to. I go out, try to have a
yeah,
good time, and I just something, and I just instinctively I'm just looking again, and it's like, dude, let's just focus on what we're doing right now. Let's focus on the menu. Like, then you hear
Mhm.
some shuffling of paper with a receipt, and you gotta look, and it's like, it's just very distracting. That's what it is.
Hey man, you hitting all the cylinders, brother, because I'm the same way. You know, I
Mm,
go to a spot, I gotta see where the exit sign is.
yep, that too. Yeah, yeah, exactly.
See, I gotta see who is who. I gotta see
Mm,
what they're doing.
hmm.
If things jump off, where's the door?
Yeah, exactly, exactly.
I need to
Yep.
see the door, and I can't be in really big crowds.
Mm,
Sometimes my anxiety goes through the roof, man, when I'm in big crowds.
mm,
So, but yeah, man,
yeah,
you're clicking on all the cylinders, brother, of what living with PTSD is about.
yeah.
Yeah,
It's rough.
it is,
A
brother.
lot of a lot of people, they don't talk about. I don't like hear a lot of people talking about like PTSD and stuff. It's not like a huge, huge thing. It's like a lot of people like nowadays. It's like borderline personality and bipolar and stuff, and they have all these like different meds for it. And but you don't really see a lot of like commercials for PTSD meds. So
But that's all right. We're here
yeah,
talking about it, brother.
yep,
That's why we're here doing what we do. Which
raising
leads
awareness.
That's right. That's right. Which leads me to ask you about your movement, Silver Bak
Mm,
Survivors. Talk
yeah.
talk about that, brother.
So basically, I was thinking to myself, I'd love to. I always see these people and videos on YouTube and like Facebook and little reels of people giving money to people, and it makes me so happy like to see like people like they try and they fall on the ground and they get so happy just to have like a couple bucks. And I really would love to do something like that. So I thought to myself, maybe if I could have like a company where I can make shirts and sell the shirts, and people would donate extra money after the fact of the cost of the shirt. And then I would like to have like gone to like a group home with like kids and like got them ice cream, or went to an old folks home with veterans and did something nice for them, put on a play or something, brought in flowers, I don't know, something good, and or like go to the hospitals and the kids who can't really, like a bunch of us have the shirts on and like just
Yeah.
go in and like hand out ice cream and like shirts or something. I think that'd be fun. And it's just really hard to kind of get it mainstreamed. So I've been kind of struggling a little with finding more customers, if you will.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
And
but
I see your t-shirt too, bro.
oh yeah, the T-shirt. I got the T-shirt, and I got the necklace too. I got the
Big good.
chain made out of it. Yeah. So
Big good, man.
I
That's dope.
just, I just, I don't wear the shirt every day. I can always wear the chain, so people will always see, and maybe they'll even ask, oh, what's that? And I can explain. It's like a group, where people surviving a bunch of stuff, a bunch of tragic stuff, traumatizing stuff that people don't usually want to talk about, and if I wear it, people might want to talk about it.
Mm, mm. So I'm assuming the goal of Silverback Survivors is to basically do what we're doing right now.
Mm,
Open up, talk,
yeah,
hear your stories, man. Let's talk through this thing. Get
yeah,
some answers, get some ideas of what you're going through. And let's redirect you to get some help with whatever
yeah,
you. Yeah.
yeah. And it's funny because I don't always take my own advice, but I always give good advice. You know what I mean? I know probably you do it too. It's always, you're telling your friends, oh, don't do that, don't do that, but then you go off and do something dumb like that yourself, and it's very contradicting in yourself.
Yeah.
But it's hard because it's almost like you want everybody else to be, better, but it's hard to for you to be better yourself.
Mm, mm.
So
How long have you been doing this movement?
um maybe like a year, I think. I don't really remember. It's been going for a while. I sold like a good amount of t-shirts, and I got out some good pictures, and people have like, I've opened my page to so that people can write on there like what they survived, and bring more awareness to whatever cause they want to talk about. You
Yeah.
know, I haven't survived every single one of these, but I know a lot of people have, so I thought
Yeah.
I might as well add some stuff that, other people have survived that I, cared about. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
That's dope, man. That's dope. And just
yeah.
out of curiosity, how can people get those shirts?
You can reach out to me at on my Facebook page or what is it? I have a phone number I can put out like 781-635-9460, and I can take orders on there.
Hold on a second, man.
Or
What
oh
was that number
sorry,
again?
781 6
781.
yep 635
Uh-huh.
9460. So I take orders on there, or I do it on my Facebook page usually, or the Silva Bak Survivors group page.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just wrote that down so I could
Yeah. Thanks.
yeah, yes. So I can post it on my my channel
Thanks,
and
man.
get you out there, brother. So since you started this movement on Facebook and whatever, Daniel, have you ever had to talk with people about what they survived?
Um, Not really, but I totally would. I'd love to. I just, a lot of people talk about stuff, like not specifically that, but just like in the past situations I've been in where like, you go to groups and they talk and the kids talk and stuff, and then, it's your turn to talk. And I remember now I was be giving advice to all these other kids in the group, but I could never take my own advice. And it was crazy. So, but no, not really has anybody like messaged me in the group,
Mm,
messenger, specifically saying stuff. But
okay.
that it would be nice, because it's always nice to for someone to listen when you need someone to listen.
Yeah, totally get it, brother.
Yeah.
And you got this going on, you got your t-shirts. What's next for you in your journey, Daniel?
Uh, um, I don't know. I I've done a ton of stuff, I've done music, I've done cooking, I've done semi-pro football, I've done a ton of different stuff, and I don't really know what's next. It's I think I'm mostly right now, I'm kind of really, to be honest, like focusing on my family, getting my stuff right for my son and I, and my fiance, and her son and stuff, and just kind of get the family going, and trying to build on family.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, and that's enough.
Mm,
you
yeah.
you got
Yeah.
your girl, you got your son. Hey, uh, you got to step into that role, man. I mean, you
Mm,
stepped into that role proudly, but you're in it. So yeah, I mean, you got things going on. You're
yeah.
busy. You're busy,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
really that's all we can do is just stay in the fight, stay in our lane, and continue to do what we do.
Mm, hmm.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So
Definitely. Definitely.
yeah, man. So uh I really don't have anything else to ask of you. Uh
Mm.
uh well, yes, I do. Yes, I do. Uh if your son was listening to this, what would you tell him?
Uh, I'd say, keep up the great work in school. I'm proud of you for all that, the hard work you've been putting in. He had a rocky kind of entering into sixth grade, and he stick with it, and now he's getting A's and B's and acing his math tests, 96 on math tests. It's stuff I wish I could do.
Mm,
So yeah, I'm proud. I'm really proud of him. For keeping up the like you said, keeping up the good fight, you know.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Phew. Daniel Gillard, Silva Bak Survivors. Brother, I really appreciate this interview that I had with you, man. And I wish nothing but the best for you and success on your movement of the Survivors page and your t-shirts. Maybe you should elevate and do I don't know, hoodies.
Yeah, definitely, because it's getting cold out, you know.
You know what I'm saying? But hey, why not?
Yeah, right.
It's hoodie
Definitely,
week.
definitely.
So yeah, man. Look, hey, just a thought. You know what I'm saying? Bring
Yeah.
it in.
Thank you. Oh man.
Daniel, man. Again, much love to you, brother. I appreciate you,
You too,
man.
man. Appreciate it.
Appreciate what you're doing, and keep up the good work, brother. And as always, ladies and gentlemen, this has been another episode of the Speak Your Truth with Mark Ross podcast. As I always say, it's okay to not be okay. Just do something about it. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, you guys have a good evening. Brother Dan, have
Great
a good evening.
talking to you. Really great talking to you. Thank you
Brother.
so
I'm
much.
here for you if you need, man. Reach out to me.
Appreciate you.
Yes, sir.
Definitely. Thanks.
Peace, bro.
Peace.
Yep.